Well, here's a 21st century morality play. Every year, the Secretary General of the United Nations tables a report on children and armed conflict. More accurately, it should be called The Consequences of Armed Conflict on Children, and it's put together by his special representative in that field. And in latter years, the report has contained a kind of roll call of all the countries who do terrible violence to children in conflict. Maiming, mutilation, death, it's just awful. And along with the countries are what are called the non-state actors. You know, Boko Haram in Nigeria, the Lord's Resistance Army in Uganda, Al-Shabaab in Somalia and Kenya, even the marauding militias in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. They're all lumped together with the states who do this awful violence where children are concerned. Now, in the current report, which was just recently tabled, in the original version of the current report, there was contained the Saudi Arabian-led coalition that was doing the conflict in or leading the war in Yemen. It's been just terrible. They've been bombing hospitals, bombing schools, awful dismembering and brutality towards children, thousands of children dying, and it's a Saudi Arabian-led coalition. And then when the report actually emerged, the Saudi Arabian coalition was gone. It was excised from the report. People who knew it had originally been there were completely taken aback and asked the Secretary General what had happened. And he said, I took it out. And they said, why? And he said, because Saudi Arabia was putting pressure on me, intense pressure. They said they would withdraw their funding, millions of dollars, from projects in Syria, Sudan, and Palestine unless I took them out of the report. So I did. And the New York Times, which seems to have lost its moral compass on this issue entirely, said, poor Ban Ki-moon. He was in such a tough place. It was such a difficult thing. We have sympathy. Well, nuts. I have no sympathy. Either you uphold the human rights mandate of the United Nations or you don't. What Ban Ki-moon should have done was to have called a press conference to say not that he had submitted to Saudi Arabia, but that he said no to Saudi Arabia, and he would not comply. And he was turning to the rest of the world to provide the compensation to make up for any money that the Saudis withdrew from the funding of projects internationally. I mean, after all, this is a country that hates women. This is a country that hates LGBT communities. This is a country that is involved in terrorist networks. This is a country that has pursued a scorched earth policy in Yemen against children. And you withdraw them from the report? Ban Ki-moon leaves a completely perplexing legacy. It's a legacy which more and more can be captured in one word: capitulation. That was last week. I'm Stephen Lewis.